evening, namaskar, vanakkam. Thank you very much, my dear subscribers and viewers. And I think for the last video, there has been a substantial increase in viewership and responses in terms of comments and suggestions. On this day, in this video, we are going to focus on two important issues. The first and foremost is dwelling on the first question. Rather than calling it a question, I would like to say that it is a query that every parent must make to themselves and search for an answer which can help them bring up the children in a goal oriented manner. And the question is, what is the primary responsibility of parents towards their children? The point that I'm going to discuss now is not an answer from me as an individual. Over time, I have discussed in person with over 500 parents from different parts of the country and try to understand what exactly is the primary responsibility of parents from their viewpoint. And me having been a leadership trainer for over 20 years, I started looking at it very objectively and arrived at something which is constructive, objective, and it is possible to follow the steps very judiciously. To our first query on the primary responsibility of parents, the derivation we arrived at was more towards the end result. What is the outcome? Our responsibility doesn't speak about the duties that we need to perform, but the end result that we want to see, each and every parent wants to see in their children. When we look at this in this focused manner, we can sum up our responsibility as growing up children, number one, as healthy individuals. Each of these points I am going to discuss in detail and, if need be, give tips on such matters so that it is not only theoretical but it can be achieved by every parent who desires to do that. Growing up children as healthy. Number two, educated. How much educated? What is the qualification? I request you to refer back to the quote from Swami Vivekananda, who said that education is beyond learning science and maths and other subjects. It's about building the character also. Therefore, growing up children as number one, healthy. Number two, educated. Number three, law abiding. Law abiding, when I say law abiding, it is not only about the law of the state, the country, but also the law of the family and the society, may include the laws of a religion a particular individual follows. Therefore, number one is healthy. Number two is educated. Number three, law abiding. Number four, an independent individual. I think these 4 points will sum up all the duties that parents need to perform to grow up their children, to find the end product outcome as the children remain healthy, they are educated. How much? As much as they desire to, not as much as the parents desire to, as much as they desire to. Of course, parents can inspire them. Number three, law abiding. And number four, self dependent or independent individual. With this, I would like to further answer one of the important questions that one of our viewers, Mr. N.R. Venkatesh from Dubai, has raised. Yes, Ms. Aparna, please go ahead with the question.
Can at all a parent bring up the child in a structured way?
After I have completed the first part of my video, this particular question becomes very relevant because many of you may ask me, is it possible to grow up children in a very structured manner like that? My answer is sometimes derive the practice out of a theory, and at times we derive the theory out of practices. In some of the homes, we have found that such a discipline is very strictly followed, implemented, and the result is quite overwhelming, beyond the parents. Therefore, it is a learning from those practitioners that we have drawn out the theory, and that theory can be put into practice by each and every one of us or every one of you. In this respect, I would like to only quote one particular incident which I have come across in person. I met a family of two brothers and one sister. And all the three persons, three individuals, were highly educated, very healthy, highly educated, and law abiding, and very successful and happy citizens. Two brothers and one sister, and occupying very, very senior positions, both at the national and international levels. When I asked them a very simple question, what did your parents teach you? One of them gave a beautiful answer. He said, they lived and we learned. And when parents follow a values based living, the values are automatically transmitted and inducted into the character of their children. With this, wishing you all the best, my dear parents. See you again very soon with further discussion on this first query of yours to yourself about the responsibility of a parent: healthy, educated, self law abiding, and self dependent or independent. We'll discuss more on each one of these headings. Thank you very much and have a great